if you do it. Cool. All right, friend. Let's turn off the monitor and go through step before anymore. There you go. Use.
Done.
There you go.
Trying to remember if it automatically saves. Let me get this.
All right, we like to go right into it.
Yes.
All right. Hydrate up while I read, okay, my friend?
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Did you eat all your food?
Yeah.
Well, good thing we saved some of the apples, so you have your apple. All right.
Can't open.
Here. There you go.
Yay.
All right, would you like me to start?
Yeah.
What part's this?
Bible.
God's action in Messiah and Spirit. So therefore, there is no condemnation for those in the Messiah, Jesus. Why not? Because the law of the Spirit, the one who gives life in the Messiah, Jesus, released you from the law of sin and death. For God has done what the law, being weak because of human flesh, was incapable of doing. God sent his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and as a sin offering, and right there in the flesh, he condemned sin. This was in order that the right and proper verdict of the law could be fulfilled in us, as we live not according to the flesh, but according to the Spirit. So, when we sin, it creates a debt.
Yeah.
You know what debt means, right?
Yeah.
So, when you take out a loan, you would then, like, let's say I go to Broheem Bank, your
Okay.
bank, okay? And I want a $100,000 loan. Or, like, let's say I started like busting up things in your house.
Okay.
And say, all right, Corey, you owe me, every time I bust something, I owe you $10,000. So I bust five vases. Now I owe you $50,000.
Okay.
So I'm in debt to you for $50,000.
Yeah.
So we're in debt because of our sin.
Mhm.
And so Jesus took our debt on his flesh, so our sin debt on his flesh, and he was crucified. Our debts, our sin debt was murdered with him, was killed with him, was put a done away with.
Ow.
So that then we look forward to his resurrection. Like our fleshes will decay and die, but we look forward to the resurrected life as Jesus resurrected.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
All right, what part's this?
Counter.
I'll put some music on. God's actions. When we lived in the English Midlands, I was once visited by two men researching a potential television programme. There had been a lot of talk about Middle England, they said. Since I lived more or less right in the middle of England, what did I think about it? It was a faintly ridiculous idea, and though we had an interesting chat, I never heard what came of it. There is, in fact, a roundabout a few miles south of where we lived, which pretentiously called itself Midpoint, or something like that, claiming to be the center of the country. Both, of course, with the country the odd shape of England, there are many different places that could say the same. When I was teaching undergraduates, I sometimes used to ask them to find a passage which seemed to be right at the center of Paul's thinking. Like the geographical question, it is impossible to answer because of the many-sidedness of his writings. Oh, sure, install update, but leave me alone. Go away. Okay. When I was teaching undergrads, okay, go. Yes. And you're done. You're done. Finish. Okay. When I was teaching undergraduates, I sometimes used to ask them to find a passage which seemed to be right at the center of Paul's thinking. Like the geographical question is impossible to answer because of the many-sidedness of his writing. But the verses now before us have as strong a claim as any other passages I know. They have a big, thoroughly Pauline picture of God. Father, Son, and Spirit. They contain one of Paul's clearest ever statements about what was accomplished on the cross. They draw together back his critique of the Jewish law and the seeds of his view of how that law is strangely fulfilled in and through the gospel. And they hold out the glorious and typically Pauline hope that there is indeed no condemnation for those in the Messiah. A feast of good Pauline themes, in fact. Faced with all this richness, not to mention the fact that this passage had been a favorite of many preachers for many years, the source of many prayers and hymns, and was turned into a whole cantata by J.S. Bach, we could be forgiven for being a bit bewildered and failing to notice the role it plays in the actual argument. Drastically from the end of chapter 7, the same argument is still in process, as we can see by the continual mention in the law through verses 1 through 4, and on in our next passage to verse 7. The larger argument, in fact, of which chapter 7 forms the first section, continues in chapter 8 as far as verse 11. There we discover how it is that the intention of the law to give life is finally and gloriously achieved when, by the Spirit, God gives resurrection life to all those who belong to the Messiah Jesus. So what was the intent of the law?
To help him.
Yeah, to give life. And it is achieved by the Spirit when God gives resurrection life to all those who belong to the Messiah Jesus. That's so cool. In our present passage, the foundation for that conclusion is firmly laid as Paul unveils the but now of the gospel, the good news, which addresses the problems and puzzles that the whole human race, including Israel, would otherwise still face. This passage too opens a whole set of further discussions which take the rest of chapter 8 to address, notably concerned with the work of the Spirit. This, in turn, contributes to the great theme of assurance, which Paul sums up the final paragraph, anticipating it in verse 1 with his great shout of triumph, which in turn looks back to chapter 5, 1 through 11, and indeed 5, 1 through 2 in particular. The present passage and the next one stands together as simultaneously the conclusion of the argument of Romans 7 and the introduction to the argument of Romans 8. No wonder they're so dense and tight-packed, though not, fortunately, as difficult to unravel as some of Paul's other close writings. You know, actually... Oh, Leon's here. Sweet. I can read Hello Neighbor Missing Pieces. Ooh. All right, well... I'll look that up after we finish the reading. I have often remarked that one of Paul's regular styles of developing an argument is like the opening up of a flower. Out of my window, I can see rose bushes. It is winter. They are surrounded by snow. But here and there, you can just make out tiny little shoots. At some stage in the late spring, they'll turn into rosebuds. Then the rosebuds will open and reveal a wonderful flower. And I will think back to the tiny shoots and reflect that the whole rosebud was contained within the shoots. If only I could have seen it. The present paragraph is an excellent example of this writing style. Verse 1 announces the main point Paul is going to make from now to the end of the chapter. There is no condemnation for those in the Messiah. Verse 2 offers the beginning of an explanation, but is so compressed that it will take quite a lot of inspection under a microscope before we can see what exactly it means. No matter, wait for the bud to develop and grow. Verse 3 and 4 open it out so we can see it better. Then verses 5 through 8 will widen the flower further. Finally, in verses 9 through 11, the rose will be fully open, releasing its fragrance to all within reach. This should teach us something of how to read Paul. Don't stop at a single verse and wonder why it's so dense. See it as part of the larger growing statement and celebration. No condemnation. This assurance can, of course, only carry its full force for someone who has pondered carefully the seriousness of sin and the reality of God's judgment. So remember, sin creates a debt, right?
Yeah.
And the debt has to be paid at judgment. So at the end of the age. And so either we have to die and have that debt paid for, or Jesus goes, I paid it by what I've done.
And Jesus did it.
By clinging to him, yes. But if we choose not to cling to him, then we chose to hold on to the debt ourselves.
Yeah.
Anyone who imagined that sin wasn't that serious or that God wouldn't judge it anyway would probably shrug their shoulders at Romans 8:1. But then anyone like that probably wouldn't have read this far anyway. The more interesting question about the verse is, why does Paul say therefore at the beginning? Where he left the argument at the end of chapter 7 hardly encourages such a shout of triumph. One might have expected him to say, there is therefore a lot of gloom and doom to be faced. The answer is not far away in the string of because sentences that follow in the next verses. Indeed, in the Greek, verses 2, 3, 5, and 6 all contain the little word that means because or for, indicating that each step in the argument is explaining what has gone before. There is no condemnation because the Spirit law has set you free from the sin law. So, when Jesus, his death and resurrection has created the Spirit law,
Yeah.
which then sets us free and gives us life through the Spirit law.
Yeah.
Because God has acted in his Son and his Spirit to condemn sin and provide life. Because there are two types of human beings and you are the Spirit type. Because these two types are heading respectively for death and life, there is no condemnation because of all this. We should not suppose that the word law in these verses mean anything other than God's law. Just as in the closing verses of chapter 3 and chapter 7, law is not a general principle or system. Paul revels in the paradox of all this. The Spirit has been at work to do what the law wanted to do, to give life, moral life in the present, resurrection life in the future. The law looks on at what God is doing, knowing it hadn't been able to do it itself, but celebrating the fact that God has done it. It is fulfilled. But how can God do this? Will sin, the old enemy, not strike back again? Well, that remains possible, as Paul knows only too well. But sin has received its death wound. Before the Spirit can be unleashed to blow like a spring gale through the dead wood of the world, the power of evil needs to be broken. The way that needs to happen is for sin to be condemned. Not just the passing of sentence, but its execution. Paul declares that this is precisely what has happened in the death of God's Son, the Messiah. This is one of the points where we hear echoes of almost every chapter in the book, not least of the opening statement of the gospel in chapter 1. How does this atonement theology actually work? Paul is writing in great excitement, but also with great precision. First, God sent his own Son, which, as we saw in chapter 5, verse 8, meant that God has not sent someone else, but has come in person. For the entire passage to make sense, we have to presuppose that by God's Son, here Paul means not just Jesus as Messiah, though he means that too. It is vital in his argument, but Jesus as God's own second self. Next, the Son came in the likeness of sinful flesh. In other words, to the very point where the problem in chapter 7 had been identified, sin, as we saw in chapter 5, verse 20 and 7:13, had become exceedingly sinful through the law. God specifically intended, it's 3:48, so that could be Jason if you want to see. Mm-hmm. Actually, I'll look it up now. Thanks. What's up, Brennan? Doing some glorious readings. Glorious. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Capture.
Okay. How does this atonement theology actually work? Paul's writing great excitement. Okay. Here we go. Next, the Son came in the likeness of sinful flesh. In other words, to the very point where the problem of chapter 7 had been identified. Sin, as we saw in chapter 5, verse 20 and 7:13, had become exceedingly sinful through the law. God specifically intended that it should. Now Israel, in whom the increase of sinfulness had occurred, was summed up in one man, the representative king, the Messiah. The weight of the world's sin was focused on Israel. The weight of Israel's sin was focused on the Messiah. And the Messiah died a criminal's death, with King of the Jews written above his head. At that moment, God condemned sin. He condemned sin in his flesh. He had cornered it and condemned it. As the prophet has said, the punishment that brought us peace fell upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. Notice two things about the way Paul says this. He does not say that God condemned Jesus, but that he condemned sin in the flesh of Jesus. He can say other similar things too, but this is the clearest statement. He also draws in a different image, that of the sacrifice for sin in the Old Testament, a specific sacrifice known as a sin offering. Why? In the Old Testament, the sin offering is the sacrifice used when someone has committed sin unwittingly, not knowing it was wrong, or unwillingly, knowing it was wrong but not intending to do it. Paul has analyzed the plight of Israel under law in such a way that it falls exactly into these categories. The good I want to do, I don't do. The evil I don't want to is what I do. The miserable person of chapter 7:24 is answered by God's provision of the sin offering in chapter 8:3. Just as, at a more general level, the condemned sinner is promised that there is no condemnation for those who are in the Messiah, because the condemnation of sin has already taken place in him. There's no space left to reflect further on verse 4. It belongs, in any case, closely with the verses that follow, to which we now turn. But stay for a moment with the opening verses of chapter 8. You might want to learn them by heart. You will suddenly come upon a fuller or more exact statement of what God achieved in Jesus the Messiah, his Son. Like someone in the desert discovering a small spring emerging from a huge cavern of water, there's enough here to live on for quite some time. All right, friend, we can start. All right. Hello. Neighbor. Missing pieces. Oh, it's a book. Think we should get that book sometime, Char?
For what?
For reading?
I just tell.
We could take a maybe when we have to do two sections, we can make one section this and one section Bible reading.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Good.
We'll have to get the GoPro set up again so we could read books.
Okay. You have to change accounts.
Oh, you want to play Hello Neighbor?
Yeah.
All right, let me sign out and sign in.
It's probably gonna take forever, but who cares?
There we go. Boop, boop, boop.
Close that.
Oh.
The grind.
Luckily, this game's not a grind. It's just try to find the bad stuff.
What act are you on?
Act 2.
Finally, the clock kicks in.
And I feel like I'm playing a Telltale game with that intro.
Let's enter.
Probably because I have my controllers connected. Will you finally accept my enter? Nope. Gosh darn it.
I'm in.
Nostalgia 2016. Is that another game? Oh. There we go.
No faster, clock.
There we go.
No, I gotta lose.
Oh,
I
you're
got
gonna be before me. And you're
banana.
holding a banana?
Banana.
All right. Okay, if I remember right, I gotta start turning valves.
I don't know what to do.
Don't peek on me. Oh, pre-alpha version Hello Neighbor. Ah. Oh gosh. I forgot this game's buggy. I want to do things on here. No. No. One second.
You got caught.
Now I'll just open that. All right, now I can hear you guys. See, I mean, not see you guys. See what you guys are writing. This game does not have borderless, which is so annoying. So it, like, whenever it goes into full screen mode, it just, I can't see chat on this computer, so I had to open on another computer. Yeah, see, it's not there. All right. Yes, red thing. I'm trying to get to it. There we go. Remember, you have to get up to the second floor. And you have to make the tower by the thing. Alright. Left button mouse. Oh, ease to hold. Alright, it's been a while, thank you. Oh.
No! Yeah, get knocked out!
There we go. Thank you.
Oh! I felt it! Well, picture at it.
Oh, man. 6 of these? Alright, let's find them. I pretty much just have to follow the pipe, I guess. Oh, gosh. Oh. My pipe! Alright.
I don't think I can do this game. It's so heavy.
Alright. That one. Oh. Ooh.
Oh, full glasses at him. Take this! Yeah! No. Oh!
No pipe there.
What the? What?
No pipe there.
Scary? I just got up here.
No pipe here.
And my flashlight. Huh.
Oh.
Good, look.
Whoa. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. No! Take 50. Let's go. Yes, Cha?
The game for this treasure bounced so high that I broke the windows to get in these rooms. Can I go sleep? Why should I
Oh, gosh.
walk in this room? There's nothing in here.
Oh. Books galore. Oh man.
Why does it here when there's nothing in here?
Again, everything matters once you get to the second floor on the first. All right.
Oh, I talked about like this room in the other house.
Oh, it's a diversion.
No, it isn't. Because there's a lock on it.
Yeah, you'll just have to get the key later.
No, I already got in because of a super jump.
Huh.
When the game glitched.
Oh, that room? Oh, you're in there? Oh, can you go through the other door?
No, it's still locked. But I
Oh.
got in there.
Nice, you did a super jump?
Like the game glitched where it was like I was walking into a trash bag.
Is fall damage a thing?
No.
I don't
But
know.
okay, let's unlock this room, but there's nothing
Oh, wrong side. Oh, come on.
There's just something on the
Okay. Are you going to get up here? Nope, nope, nope. Oh. Oh, been here before. Okay, looks like I have to actually manually go down the ladder. Game does not like it when
I don't get why it has no key. No, it's a locked room.
Oh gosh. In. Whew.
I don't get why this room's locked. There's like nothing in here.
Well, is that part of the main? Oh wait, is that part? That's not part of the main building.
Yeah, but it has a lock on it.
Oh, it doesn't matter if it's not part of the main building. Nope.
I'm gonna take this knowledge with me. Knowledge.
Nope.
Does this room matter,
Gosh
Curry?
darn it. Oh, wrong way.
Does this room matter?
If it's not part of the main scary dude's house, it doesn't matter. Actually, if he's going down that, yep, sure. I beat that first
I
act.
don't know why it's locked then.
Because people like their secrets.
There has to be something in here. Anyway, I gotta take down all his things. Pictures of bugs.
Still got me? Okay.
So this part doesn't even matter?
Yeah, if it's not part of the main building, it doesn't matter. Take yellow lock.
Why is there a lock?
Like actually grab the lock? Huh.
That's a lot of security camera.
There's a lot of cameras. Oh, nothing's locked. Oh, did it make... Oh.
You ain't good.
Oh.
I'm
Whoa.
Sonic.
What?
I'm Sonic. You ready? Yoku, you wanna see me? I'm Sonic.
There you go.
Break open! I'm full of pain at it. Yeah! There's nothing in here. Well, why is it locked?
I don't know where the yellow lock is anymore. That was here. Oh, there it is. Oh, I thought it had a little drop. Oh gosh. Put and unlock yellow lock. Oh, okay. Oh. Building pressure. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it was 2 out of 6. Okay. Can I just put it anywhere? Actually, I have to put it in specific places. Oh. Huh? Need a pink lock for that? Huh. First time I noticed that lock. Oh, I see. You could drop it. Oh. That doesn't work, buddy. Okay. On left mouse, clicking. In first floor, white room and window. Oh, that's it. I see it. I'm gonna have to break my way through.
Thanks for free XP.
Hmm.
That's Sam Star Scrunch Man. With a pie on his face.
Did I somehow miss the key to that? I bet I did.
I just want to play that game.
Hey, let's turn that down, my friend. Thank you. Am I missing the key? I'm guessing I'm missing the key.
Wow, nice counter.
Okay. Useless.
Loose this cheese.
Oh.
Combo attack. Okay, yeah. You got me.
Oh, there you go. Now you fixed.
Not my ability yet. Just keep blocking. No,
Oh, gosh.
just keep blocking. Just keep blocking.
You seem like you're broken. So,
Spawn camper.
hey, love. All right. I want to sneeze. He's stuck in there? Nope. Come on. Oh. Oh, still broken. That's 3 out of 6. Come on. All right. Hmm. Oh. That's 4. Missing 5. Oh, it's 4? Okay. trying to think if I've done this one. Left is Lucy. Yep, right is Tidy. I think it's supposed to go right.
How?
Oh. Up, oh, back. Oh. Go back? I don't know where back is. What are you talking about? Many backs now. So up here? Oh. Come on. There we go. Watch, I'm supposed to... Oh.
You just leave me. Oh my gosh,
Nope, not right there. Definitely not here. I'm guessing in this room. Up here? Second floor, you need water. So one of those many buckets of water you leaves me. Alright. Whoa. It's moving! It's alive! I've done that one. Yep. You're not, but oh, you are a bucket of water. trampoline. Is there a trampoline?
What the flip?
Yes, what is it? My name is Elton. Harry Jarvis. We're from the Morning Chronicle. I wondered where you coming from. Well, I am rather busy. On executive commissar.
Oh. Hello there. Nice to meet your acquaintance, Mr. Trampoline. Come on, need another box. Be able to hop into that. Yep. You're not a box. Oh, you're a box. Oh. Oh. This the end? This is the end. It's nice knowing you guys. Let me see if I can. Oh. Restart. Ugh. All right. Let's go here. Come on. Oh. There we go. Jump peacefully here. Aha.
Race quitter.
Oh. More boxes. More boxes. I want more boxes. Ooh. Ooh. Box here? Nope. Boxes, boxes, come get your boxes. Fast travel. All right. Hoi! Oh, gosh darn it. Curious if you can get me. All right. Oh. See if I can reach for it. Nope. Here we go.
Oh, wow. He just instantly left because I joined. Rage quarter, but...
Are you smurfing though? Are you
Kinda.
in low level areas?
Yeah?
Of course he'll dip.
I'm against glitch.
Ah! No. Oh man. This is irritating. Oh gosh, why did I alt tab? Why did I alt tab? Trying to get any. All right. More boxes. You don't think that's enough? There are more boxes. Where'd the box go? There we go. Oh. Come on.
Yay.
You laughing at my demise?
Yeah.
See how much Corey's internal rage clock can go before blowing up. I'm such a silly goose. Nope, 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 nope. Get back here. Whoa. Gosh. This jump? Oh. Can I make it? That's funny if I'm able just to make it, and I've just been trying to hardcore, like trying to make it more difficult than it needs to be. Dang you mechanics!
They invited me to a party and I think they find the Captain Zine dude. Just going over there. Like most of them are there and
Oh, oh yeah. Can I get out? Oh. Of course. Something broke something there. Oh, with some crazy eyes.
Hope I failed.
Act 3.
Back in your own house. Right?
So. Whoa. Oh. Go in. Oh, I'm an adult now. I'm an adult. You guys shots with you? Oh. How did it feel? It felt good. Let's call it Hello Neighbor.
Oh. That king. The guy that-
Yeah, the dude has an apple.
You're a grown up. You're a grown up.
I'm an adult. Okay. Oh. Hello, Key.
Yo. What the flip happened?
My old house.
About to be. I found it. I'm in it.
You got some PTSD, man. Poor Sap. Yeah, some bad PTSD.
What
Oh, did I do the wrong thing? Was I supposed to leave? Is there like a different path you can go? Should I restart Act 3? Let's try it. Sound like I was supposed to do something else.
I'm just gonna watch you.
Okay.
You're
No,
a
no.
grown up Take a banana as a snack.
Nom 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 nom.
Don't. Alright.
Yes, you can't break my own window.
Just take that flying pin. How dare you throw it? Just tap it. No, just tap it.
Ah, yes.
What?
Oh yeah, shower, help me with that PTSD. Okay.
Wait, I want to see this cutscene.
Oh,
I never seen it.
do you want me to go back so you can see the
No,
cutscene? All right. So go into neighbor's house. Ooh, I see. That's a totally different scene. Whoa. See his brain creating.
Yo, what did happen, guys?
He has something going on.
Open up that house.
Is that what you wanted us to see? Is the figment that his brain's making? That door's super closed. Closed, closed. I'm guessing the house that you can go in earlier, Char,
Yeah.
is his house. Is that you could go in that house before, and that's like quote unquote his house, I think. Okay.
My old house.
Yeah, like this little guitar, like all this going on, like you gotta play a Telltale game if you like this. Oh, see the shadow.
I wonder who that is.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that's sus. You're like, nope, nope, no thank you, nope. Right? My gosh, that sound. That's big. He's scared of
What? The house is back. Okay, we got 4 minutes left, Charlie. We got D.
Okay.
Well, now it has a roller coaster. Sweet, it's crazy. And I'm an adult. Oh.
I.
Oh man. That's a lot of boxes. Oh, I see. That's open here.
Just
Get
run.
in, dude.
You have to sprint.
Oh. Oh. What a beautiful day it is. So quiet for some B&E, breaking and entering. Alright, are all the doors
I
locked?
know what Act 4 is like.
Oh, dude, he's dozing logs. Look up. Oh, yeah. Oh. That is quite the tower.
How was I in Spain?
I don't know if it's even pop. I see that. Man, this guy has a really strong mind. Oh.
Are you squinting?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Get in. All right, Brohim. Let's save.
I like how I just get saved in a closet.
Ooh. All right, well, Leon, as always, thank you. Thank you for even allowing me to engage questions earlier. Everyone, you're loved and cherished. I find hope in the death and resurrection of Jesus, the kingdom that he has inaugurated through his death. That's his enthronement, and I would always love to talk deeper about that, because in that, my friends, is hope. So peace.